Between 40 to 60% of Oregon Ducks players use marijuana. That and more coming up on the Rhino Heron Network. This episode is brought to you by the new 2012 Toyota Camry Hybrid. It's ready. Are you? And when you see that yellow marker in the video, when you see ads pop up on the video, please click on them. Yes, Oregon Ducks coach Chip Kelly said he believes a media report estimating that between 40% and 60% of his players use marijuana is extremely inaccurate. Kelly addressed the story in ESPN the Magazine today following practice. The report is based on interviews with 19 current or former Oregon players and officials, and it accompanies a larger piece that looks at marijuana use among college football players nationwide. Kelly said he doubts the Ducks would be as successful as they have been over the last few years if that many players were smoking marijuana. Quote, if we had that many kids doing it, we wouldn't be 34-6 for the last 3 seasons. This past season, the Ducks defeated Wisconsin 45-38 in the Rose Bowl. Quote, we win because of how hard we practice, and I see our kids every day in practice. If we saw signs of it, I haven't seen signs of it yet. Kelly's comments came a day after Oregon Athletic Director Rob Mullins responded to the magazine article, which was available online on Wednesday. Quote, similar to many college campuses wrestling with the same issue, the University of Oregon actively works to address potential use of any illegal substance through a combination of education, prevention, and enforcement activities. He also said Oregon tests student athletes to the full extent possible under Oregon state law, which prohibits random drug tests. The school's policy allows for testing when there is a reasonable suspicion. Kelly said Thursday he wished he could perform random tests to solve the matter, but that would be breaking the law. He talked to the team about the report today. He also said that in the past he has brought in outside experts to speak to players about substance abuse. Quote, I think it's a problem that's on every college campus right now. I think the biggest thing, our responsibility as coaches, is to educate our guys on what the dangers are. For a positive drug test, Oregon athletes receive counseling and education. A second positive test results in a, quote, behavior modification contract between the student and the coach. Athletes are ineligible for half of a season following a third failed test and will be kicked off from the team and lose their scholarship for the fourth. And, for especially a drug test like that, I think their policy is way too lenient. After 4 tests, you get fired. I think, at least 3. 3 strikes, you're out of the game. 4 strikes, you're out of the game. That's a little bit different. But then again, we see in the NFL, the drug policy they're a lot more lenient than, say, baseball. Baseball, you miss 50 games for your first, offense. And in football, you miss 4, which is 4 weeks. And more like in 50 games, that's, a couple months. So definitely football is more lenient when it comes to the drug issue. And honestly, in my opinion, and I think the whole drug thing is gotten kind of ridiculous, especially the war on drugs itself, with the federal government, blah, 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 blah. It's been, much of a failure. But anyway, that's the news. Chip Kelly doesn't believe that the report accurately, represents the University of Oregon. 40 to 60% of, football players, or any, athlete use marijuana. I mean, 40 to 60%, that number's pretty high. Definitely got to check those numbers on that and see if they're correct. Anyway, if you guys enjoy your night, please click on the ads. It does help, and we will see you guys around.